Hey, how's it going? Welcome to my channel again. And today I want to talk about money. Today is the day I'll tell you my perception on money and how to deal with them. I'll give you a little bit of my story with money, and you gotta understand we're all different. We're coming from different backgrounds, and money mean many different things for all of us. So for you, money is gonna mean one thing. For another guy, something else. For me, it's something else again. And the relationship with money will always differ. But there are certain principles, certain rules with money. If you want to be friends with money, you gotta understand these rules. You gotta build a relationship. It's basically like building a relationship with a person. Same thing, you have to build a relationship with this energy, with this idea, okay? And what is money? Let's start with this. What is money for you? And I want you to really think about it. What do you mean by money? Where's your level of understanding of money? Because for many people it's just this, like just paper, and that's it. That's just money, zeros and ones in the account. But that is not money, really. Let me give you my perspective on this, so maybe you can compare yours and understand a little bit deeper side of money. Think of money like, why do they even exist? What is this thing about money that they need to be here? Like, why do we even have them? Okay, what if you live in some Himalayas, or in the middle of Siberia somewhere, and you know you're self-sustained, everything's great. Do you need money? Do you need that paper? Do you need anything like that? I don't think so. You don't really need none of that stuff, right? So when money becomes a thing, when do they become a thing? Is actually when you're interacting with another person, when you have some kind of relationship with another person. If you want to exchange some kind of value with another person, that's where money is born, okay? And you gotta understand, our money education is practically non-existent, and for many of us, nobody taught us how to deal with money, and only a few guys who had been lucky maybe to have parents entrepreneurs, who are entrepreneurs and business owners, and maybe growing up with a lot of company activities and stuff like that. Maybe they got a little bit better education as far as money, but for the most of us, that's all we know. It's just, it's the papers, and you gotta go and sell yourself for the papers. You gotta sell your time, you gotta sell your services, something, but you gotta sell, mostly it's basically about your time. You have to sell your time for this paper, okay? And that's a really primitive way of dealing with money and understanding it, of course. You gotta dive so much deeper than this. You gotta understand their nature in order to be actually in the flow, in order to interact with money in the correct way, okay? So as I said, money is a relationship with somebody, okay? So it's this medium of exchange. It's always like oil. Just think about, imagine, I'm gonna give you this metaphor. Imagine it's an engine, okay? It's like a big engine. All of this life is just like a huge engine. Like all our society is this one big engine. It's like a huge machine, and there's a lot of people in there, and they're all doing certain things, and they're better at some things, and then the other people are just better at some other thing. And how do we combine all this stuff? How do we make it flow nicely and smoothly, okay? And think about money. Money is like an oil in this machine. This is what it is. If you remove that oil from the system, it's gonna crack, like it's gonna overheat, and everything's gonna stop. The engine's gonna stop. So on the money, it's about this oil. It's about actually making things flow, okay? It's this oil that actually makes the machine run smoothly, okay? So imagine yourself as one small part of this machine, okay? What do you need to work properly? You're working in this whole big machine. You are part of it. So what do you need? You need money. You need money to actually properly operate. You need lubrication, okay? So It's just like that in life. We all need some kind of lubrication. It's just this natural energy. It's just abundant. It's everywhere. It's always there. Like, just think about the engine again. I mean, the oil is always there. It's in abundance. It's there so the system naturally flows. So the universe is doing the same thing. It's always supplying enough money. As much money that as you need right now, as you can handle right now, is as much money as is relevant for your experience, you will always have. But you gotta understand that's exactly the difference between different people. Okay, some people are tiny details in the engine, and some people are very huge details in the engine. Okay, there are main parts of the engine, let's say. Okay, and they're overseeing so many things in life. They oversee. Just think about I don't know, a guy in McDonald's. When he's working in McDonald's, like how much money does he need? How much money does he need to actually spend to live? And how much value does he produce for the whole system? He just sells you a burger. That's it. So what exactly his value? What is he adding? What is the added value of this person? Okay, and how much time does he need to actually learn something like this? How much time do you need to, I don't know, to sell the burger? How much time do you need to learn to sweep the street, or to do some basic construction? Okay, and then now think about the guy who's running a multi-million-dollar company that actually supplies, has like a bunch of supply chains, and they run operations in many different countries. Let's say they supply millions of people with certain kind of products. Okay, and they provide like jobs for thousands and thousands of people. Okay, so think about this guy. How much money does he need to run this whole huge machine? How much money? Way, like different levels of money, right? But that's his necessity. It's not like, oh, I want some money to run this company. No, it's he is that. He needs that money to actually normally live. That's his level. Okay, that's his level of interaction with the world. Okay, his thinking is completely different than yours. Why? Because he thinks bigger. He thinks in terms of like, how do I connect all these people? How do I provide more value? How do I add more value to the whole society, to the world? Okay, and if you think at that level, if you do things at that level, money is natural. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to come up with it. You don't have to look for them. And that's the thing that I teach at my business youth workshops. It's the same thing. This is one of the basic understandings that you gotta understand. It's not what you can do with the money right now. It's not what you can build from where you are. It's how do you become something completely different? How do you become that person? How do you become that machine that needs more oil? How do you become that? How do you create something grand, something big, something that universe will just supply? Just says, yeah, hell yeah, keep doing it. Like, keep doing what you're doing. You're helping so many people, just fix their problems, fix their issues. You're making this place better in some way, in a bigger, grand way. Okay, and there you go. Have all the money. So the primary thing is it's here. It's not physical. It's not outside. You cannot make more money by just spending more hours at work. You understand that you're limited in time. You always will be limited in time. You can only do so much with your time, and your time is so much, has only so much value at this level of thinking that you're thinking right now. So all you gotta do is you gotta lift yourself up. You gotta start thinking differently. You have to think outside this little box that you are. You have to find some examples of how the hell do people manage this huge company? How do I become this? How do I think bigger? How do I get to the next level of understanding? Just set yourself some crazy goal. If $5,000 a month for you, it's a great thing right now. Think 15, think 50, 100,000 bucks. You have no idea how to make that shit right now, right? You have no idea. But that's exactly the thing. But you need to set the goal. I want to make 100,000 right now. How do I do it? How do I find the ways? Ask this question, and how the hell do I do this? And then just start observing. Just the universe will show you the ways. If this is your mentality now, I need to make $100,000. That's it. This is your mentality, and then you'll see it's no different than making a million, than making 10, 5, making a billion. It's not different. Really not different. It's just how you feel about it inside. It's how connected you are with this big thing, with the universe, with the world, like how you engaged you are in this whole thing. Okay? And what are your goals? What exactly are you trying to achieve? If they're petty little things, like buying yourself a new glasses, how much money do you need for that? You gotta think bigger. Think of in terms of like you already have several million bucks. What are you gonna do with life? If you have 100 million a month of income, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Buy yourself stuff? Or what are you gonna create? Money is about creativity. It's about risk. It's about producing something. It's channeling the ideas. If you have some kind of ideas, it's implementing that stuff. It's making everyday Joe's life better. Okay? So they can keep working. And believe me, it's not for everybody. Not for everybody to be an entrepreneur. It's not for everybody to have a lot of money and to think this big. And that's okay. But if this is you, if this is something that you always wanted, something that you wanted to become, if you're thinking big, if you want to create great things, if you have huge dreams, allow yourself to dream first. This is the basic stuff that you need to do. Start thinking bigger. Set goals that are extremely high. And you're not gonna know how to do it. Like your brain will just melt. Like, I have no idea how to get $1 million. Like, oh my God, it's just beyond me, right? But eventually, when you just set that goal that high, eventually your brain will start picking up on all this thing. Your mind will find the ways. People will start showing up. You will see some examples of how to do things. Great ideas will come to you, and then you need to act on them. Right away, just act. Money loves the speed. If you just procrastinate and just like carry that stuff around, it's just gonna disappear. You're gonna lose the momentum, the energy. Okay? So all you gotta do is just get that stuff by the balls, get that idea right away, and just go get it. Start doing something. Like, you can always do something. Find something that you can do today with this idea. Okay? You don't have to have a lot of money to implement stuff. Believe me, it's just finding ways. There are people like you who are interested in doing certain things. There are many people who are gonna do something for free for you, or for the promise of the profit, share profit. Make them a irresistible offer and then just invite them. This is what I do. Like a lot of companies that I've started, small businesses, I've started like this with nothing. All I did is just like I offered people some profit, and I painted them a great picture. Share that vision, share that with them. Just tell them, hey, here's how we're gonna make a world a better place, and meanwhile we can make tons of money. Do you want the money or not? Do you want to get to the next level or not? And if they're like confused that these are not your people, that's okay. Find another one. There's so many different people out there who's gonna love you and just gonna work with you. So find those right people, make them a good offer. They will do things for you for free, put their time in this for free. Okay? But they know what they're gonna get out of it. They definitely get experience first. Even if it's a failure, it's also a great experience. You will all learn something, and so you haven't done it for nothing. And I've done so many things. Like, I've started so many companies that actually didn't go anywhere. They just failed, and it just like naturally just went down, and it's okay. It taught me so many things. It's a huge experience, and you can grow from that. You know how not to do things. This is really important. And it's extremely important to learn these lessons when you lose money, when you lose companies, when you lose ideas. It's great to learn them at this level, at this stage, like where in the beginning, when it's not a multi-million-dollar company. Because if you never experienced it and you lose millions, you can get scared shitless and just never do it again. Okay? Never get into business, never get into this money thing. Okay? You're gonna be afraid. Okay? Many people are, and that's okay. It's understandable, it's a basic psychology. But in order for you not to do it, just try many things. Try different directions, try anything, so you can feel that it's okay. You're just interacting with life. That's all it is. Okay? So go do it. Just understand the money, start doing something. Start doing something. Whatever idea you have right now, Start developing it. 2 minutes a day. That's all you gotta do. Just promise yourself, I'm gonna do 2 minutes a day to this problem. And if it takes more time than this, by all means, just sit down and spend an hour, a couple hours on it if you want to. Okay? You have to kind of get obsessed with it, but not too much. Not too much. Okay? You still remember yourself. Remember who you are. This is the most important part, you know. And this is a different video, of course. I'll tell you how to connect these two parts. I know this word spirituality is always just gets really annoying to many people. Spiritual, you know, how you be spiritual. I've done all the spirituality. It's all great. All the spirituality is great. Don't get me wrong. You gotta understand what it is. It's not what you think of it, and it's not many people what they think about it. Being spiritual doesn't have anything to do with like being opposite of money or physicality. Everything is spiritual. You just need to understand it. Everything is life. Everything is great. So you can combine those things. And I'll tell you in a different video, in the next video, exactly this thing. Maybe I'll put a link in here somewhere. So yeah, just so far I just want you to understand that money is simple, money is easy, money is life. It's just this energy that's always around. It's just for you here to take it. It's up to you to take it. You know, you don't have to take money directly. Money is a given. Okay? It's your ideas, it's the stuff that you do in life, it's the interaction with life. And the bigger this interaction is, the more money that universe and life will give you. Okay? And then of course, yeah, the other part I wanted to mention is fears. Okay? Fears of money, fears of losing money, fears of having a lot of money, fears connected with, you know, having a lot of money. We all have a lot of fears about this. Well, I don't anymore, but still, most of the people I talk to, they still have a lot of fears about money, and that's okay. Which is, you know, just generally understanding that you have fears also helps already. That's the first step to work with it. So just understand that they're just fears. They're just negative thinking and negative beliefs, basically. So start working on those. Start deleting those negative beliefs about money. Start erasing all that programming from your childhood, and it comes from schooling. It comes from movies and society, and from those guys who designed the system, you know, to keep majority population in this poverty, which is really smart. I admire them for doing this, but you know, you gotta be smart. If you want to get out of this situation, you gotta be smart. You gotta grow up. You know, you gotta be your own system. You know, system is built on this. You know, it prides on the weak and silly people who just want to be machines and robots and just go work, and that's okay. You know, that's okay. Eventually, it's gonna change, of course, in the world, but right now, this is what it is. But if you are this guy who wants to do something, if you want money, if you want to get your life to a different level, not because you just want a better house, but because you want to create bigger things, you want to do more, you want to do something more in the world, create a bigger impact, you know, help much more people, you know, to succeed. That's what you need to do. You need to start thinking bigger. You need to start just forgetting all your fears about this and go ahead and try. Go ahead and try, because you can do it. You can definitely do it. Believe me. Anybody can. Like literally anybody can. It's a given. It's natural. It's a law of the universe, basically. So it's a matter of just going and getting that stuff. It's not when you're not afraid. Stop being afraid. Okay, just forget this whole thing. Whatever you need to do, just get rid of those beliefs and start doing something. So yeah, that's pretty much sums it up. Okay? I really want you to be having a lot of money. I want you to be wealthy. Okay? Abundant. Everybody should be that. Everybody can be. Money is good. Money is great. Money is freedom. Okay? If you have this belief that money comes with problems and money is bad, money is evil, and all those rich guys have this, you know, they're such an assholes. They're not. In my experience, rich guys and wealthy people, they're much nicer people. They don't hating you for not having money. You're hating them for having money. That's how messed up it is. Okay? So please start getting rid of that shit in your head and just start doing something for yourself. for the world. Just think bigger, okay? All right, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.